hello there. Good to be with you and welcome to Cruising with the Stars. Now, what I really enjoy about my job here with this show is I get such a diverse number of people and different skills and talents. Obviously, we have lots of singers and we have dancers and we have tribute acts, but it's always wonderful when you get a musician that's a little bit out of the ordinary, and we've got certainly that today. A lovely lady, Caroline Owen, and she is an absolutely brilliant violinist. Lovely to have you with us today, Caroline.
It's a real pleasure.
Thanks very much indeed for coming. How old were you when you started playing the violin?
Well, I suppose I was probably a little bit a late starter. I started at the age of 9.
Right.
Sometimes people do actually learn from the age of 5 or 6, but
Yeah.
it's, you know, it was still quite a good age to start.
Yeah.
And straight away I said to my teacher, I want to be a violinist when I'm older.
Really? Well, so who gave you the violin to try the first time?
I had the free lessons at primary school.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do it and signed up myself.
Yes.
And yeah, and it just literally just blossomed from there. And I just
How brilliant was that?
wanted to do it
And
myself.
did at the primary school, did they set you on the path to taking your grade 1 and grade 2 and all of that sort of thing?
Yeah, at first it was very much, you know, classically technical, and we did all the exams up to grade 8, you know, and just carried on.
How old were you
working
when
through
you
them.
got your grade 8?
16.
That's brilliant, isn't it? That is so, so good. What we're going to do, we're going to right away get in there and take a look at you playing now. Now, this is called Everare. Where are you playing this? Can you remember?
It's actually on about the 15th floor of a hotel balcony, and in January in Leeds.
Oh.
So I was really very cold, but I'm sure it looks very glamorous.
It looks warm. Okay, here we go. Caroline Owen and Everare. Caroline Owen there. That was fab. What a wonderful piece. It's such a mixture of modern and classic, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. That's what I tried to aim for as well, you know,
Yeah.
really give the audience a fusion of different styles and try and wow them with what the violin can do.
Yes. And when you left school after your GCSEs, where did you go? What did you do?
I did my A-levels,
Yeah.
and then after that I studied at Leeds College of Music
Right.
with an amazing tutor called Omar Puente,
Yes.
and he's from Cuba.
Yeah.
And I actually was the first violinist to take up the jazz degree there,
Yeah.
which is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
While I was there, I actually got to be the soloist in the Duke Ellington Big Band and played the Ray Nance part, which I really thoroughly enjoyed.
Oh, how lovely. So it's funny, just meeting the right person or getting the right tutor, it can totally make you or break you, can't it, really?
Definitely, because it's really about, you know, the inspiration that you get.
Yeah.
And he's such an amazing player. He's a real virtuosic Latin player. And, you know, you watch him and he's just gone on fire on the violin.
Oh wow, lovely.
And you know, you're always learning with the violin. You
Yes.
know, one of my teachers, he was 90 and he played Paganini to me once, and I was absolutely astounded. And he just went, "Oh, that wasn't very good." And I sort of thought, "Oh, it's not
yes, it was.
much hope for me then, is there?" You know? But you're always learning.
Yeah, well, that's the great thing for you as well. You've done so many different things. We've got a little clip. It's only a short clip here, but tell us a bit about it before we play it. It's Heartbeat, the TV programme.
Yeah, that's right. It was such a pleasure to do as well, because it was at the Yorkshire TV studios.
Yeah.
And we actually went into the old school retro studio to record the music first of all live with the band, and they were actually friends of mine in the music scene in Leeds.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they're such fun people to work with. And then we went on set and did all the music for all the actors on the day. It was actually one of the characters getting married.
Right, right. So you've been on the TV with this. Let's take a little look. Here we go. There you go, Caroline Owen in a part there at in Heartbeat. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, it was absolutely fabulous. It's really good, you know.
Now, one of the things that fascinated me about you when I was reading your notes about what you've done. Now, when you were doing, when you were at Leeds University, and you had a summer job, but it wasn't any ordinary summer job. Did you really run away to the circus?
Yes, I did.
Go away with your bother. How did that come about? Where did you go?
Well, I was actually reading in the job articles, you know, for music work in the stage newspaper, and I saw this job, and it wasn't really, I didn't really realise I was going to be working in a circus till I found myself walking towards this big top. And yeah, and I was just so enthralled by the whole atmosphere, and it was just so enchanting. And I spent the whole summer, but not just being a violinist, I was actually the world's one and only knife-throwing, violin-playing assistant.
No. You were standing there holding the knives going, and this one will kill you, and that one will just maim you. What did you do as an assistant?
We had a singer as well in the act, and obviously the knife thrower, so it was a country and western act. And basically, I actually played violin on the knife board, but very kind of carefully, because I didn't want to make too many, you know, big movements. I used to play sort of folky music. Yeah. And they used to throw the knives down one side while I was playing the violin. And then I sort of turned around to do it on the other side as well.
So you've had knives thrown at you while you've been playing the violin?
Yeah, I didn't do too many wrong notes that season.
I was going to say, I used to get them thrown at me when I used to sing, but that was a different matter altogether. Gosh, that's a nice little bit of invention.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous indeed. Well, we're going to take a listen to another one of your pieces now.
Okay.
Here's Caroline now with Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among those stars. Let me know what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are
go, Caroline Owen playing with Fly Me to the Moon. Where were you there? Where was that venue?
It was in Worksop Arena.
Yeah.
And I got invited to play with the lovely Gary Grace, who's a swing singer.
Yes.
So I jumped at the chance to play with a big band.
I bet you did. Do you ever play with big bands?
It doesn't happen very often with the budgets these days, but occasionally, yeah, like, you know, I said before, with the Duke Ellington band and salsa bands, and I've actually got a hip-hop band as well called Urban Strings. And
I tell you what, the hip-hop, I had no idea you did that type of thing. You do that as well, do you?
I do, yeah. It's very unique, especially in England. It's quite big in America.
Yeah.
It's really taken off over there, but it's very different, especially for festivals and parties. People love it. But obviously on the cruise ships you get a band, and, you know, and it's amazing doing the show with a live band behind you.
Oh,
you just
I know.
can't
All the performers love that. Well, listen, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with Caroline Owen in just a few minutes, so please keep it here and we'll see you shortly. Hi there, welcome back. Today I'm chatting to Caroline Owen, who's an absolutely super violinist. Caroline, now you've got two violins down there, and I saw in one of the clips you're using the red one, which I presume is the electric one.
Yeah, that's right.
Which, do you want to pick it up and then our viewers...
Here we go.
Oh, there looks like there's hardly anything of it, doesn't there?
No, because you don't need the box.
Right.
As the amplification is taken from the bridge, the vibrations in the bridge, and then you plug it in through here, and it goes into the PA system or amplifier, whatever you want to use. And so you just need this part here for your position changes.
Right.
And that's really, you don't really need all this as well. You know, you need your chin rest, obviously, but this is for added
it's all
decoration.
Circus, really.
It's made of perspex as well, and this one is called the Hades. It's got little horns on it. It's a bit of a devil.
Oh, how brilliant! Which do you prefer playing, acoustic or electric guitar?
Oh, I definitely prefer my acoustic because this is the violin you learn on, and you can't beat the beautiful sound it makes. I love the electric violin as well because it's fun and, you know, it's
Can
very
you
different
not
to
get,
play.
I suppose, the tone in an acoustic, it depends on, you know, how lovingly it's been made, how you treat it, how you play it. Whereas, can you have a big effect on the tone and everything with an electric guitar, or not as much?
Yeah, with the electric violin, you can put it
violin,
through...
I mean, sorry, guitar.
It does confuse you, doesn't it? Yeah. You can put it through an effects unit, and you can create all different sorts of sounds. I mean, you can even make it sound like a trumpet, or, you know, all different... These days, you can make it sound, you know,
whatever
all different sorts of sounds. Yeah, and you can get some amazing, you know, creative sounds from it. But it depends what you're after, what show you're doing as well. You know, sometimes the electric show is like, you know, it's very upbeat and very modern. So, you know, the electric violin is.
But your
where
heart
it's at.
belongs to your acoustic.
Yeah, you can't beat the traditional wooden instrument. It's, you know, it's just so gorgeous.
Well,
and
we're going to
mellow-sounding.
take a listen to another clip now, and it's called Fearless. Which one are you playing on this, acoustic or electric?
I start with acoustic.
Yeah.
So it's like more, it's an original composition, so it's like very angelic at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then basically the electric violin, you know, represents a more sort of rock and roll kind of side of the violin. And
Oh, lovely. Well, let's take a listen. Here's Caroline now, and this is Fearless. Oh, wasn't that brilliant? Gorgeous dresses. Love your dresses. You
Aren't
look
they
amazing.
fabulous?
And the shoes.
you.
Did that last shot of those shoes get in, Dan? Right, here it is. Look at those shoes. Where'd you get those shoes? Oh, fabulous.
Oh, one of my best friends, she saw them in the shop. She said, "You have to buy these. They've got your name on it." And that was it. I was convinced.
Oh, I think it's lovely. Now, you, in your live shows, you always dedicate a piece of music to your dad. Will he be watching you in the show?
Yeah, he will. He's at home at the moment, so hi, Dad.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
And has he always been very supportive to you with your musical career?
He did, yeah. He paid for all my violin lessons when I was growing up, so, you know, you've got to give it up to your dad, haven't you?
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Your mum as well, but, you
Yeah.
know, he loves the music. He
Yeah.
really enjoys it.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to...
It brings him pleasure, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
It's lovely. Now, you have performed as a headline act for P&O, haven't you? When was that? Which ship were you on?
I was on Aurora.
Yeah.
It was, I believe it was 2009.
Yes.
I absolutely loved it. It was absolutely
Oh.
fantastic. It was a real taste of the cruise ship life, and
Yeah.
absolutely fabulous. I mean, what they have on the cruise ship, I'd never been on a cruise ship before.
Really?
So I was, really excited, and
Yeah. And how did it go for you?
the show was brilliant.
Oh, lovely.
Everyone, after I did the show, all the guests on the ship came up to me, at breakfast and
Yeah.
dinner. So it takes absolutely longer to get all your food, because
Yeah.
they will come up to you, which is lovely,
Yeah.
and compliment you on the show and things, which
Oh,
is
that's
really
great.
lovely. As soon as you've done your show, everywhere you went, you made friends
People
with
know you.
everybody. Yeah, it's lovely.
It's super. And you're returning to P&O, not with one brand new show, but with 2 new shows, are you not?
Well, I've got one brand new show, which is
Yeah.
basically got all different kinds of music material. Some of the songs are American medleys and Italian medleys. So
Yeah.
the idea is when we port in Italy, we can pull out the Italian medley and play that.
Yeah.
But very hand clapping, very show
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
Completely different to the old show that I did.
Yeah.
And really engage the audience and wow them.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. And
It's great, actually. You sound like you've got it all very well planned and very well tied up, which is what you need to do. And have you ever had any booking or any gigs that's sort of something a bit funny that springs to mind?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, the circus is probably the funniest gig I've ever done.
Yeah.
Basically, because we had a donkey in the show.
Oh,
and
Lord.
he was called Tommy.
Dan, can we talk about donkeys in this show?
He was called Tommy the Smiling Donkey, and
Yeah.
to be honest with you, he was the star of the show.
Yeah.
And all he did was to go in the ring and smile.
Yeah.
But I mean, you lived in caravans around the edge of the big top,
Yeah.
and you'd wake up in the morning, and you'd have the little shutter open. Before you knew it, you had a donkey head in your caravan.
Yeah.
And so it was always quite amusing.
Did that not make you want to stay? Did you get a real taste for the circus? Could you have stayed there?
I did. I mean, I've always been a lover of Cirque du Soleil.
Yes.
And and I went on actually after a small show to perform for Billy Smart's Circus. And I did a 10-month UK tour, and we did have many funny moments as well in that show, because it is where it's at, really. It's showmanship.
Yeah.
And all the artists were from around the world, and we had the skating artists on the show, and amazing acrobatics and trapeze artists.
It sounds like you really fell in love with the circus. Where would you like to be, briefly, in, say, 10 years' time?
I just want to be doing the same as what I'm doing now, but like travelling more, seeing more exotic locations, and just basically playing violin to the people and taking my show to as many audiences as possible, because I really do love what I do.
I know you can tell, and you're absolutely terrific at it. You look fabulous there with those wonderful, wonderful outfits, shoes, and brilliant violinist. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Very kind of you. So from Caroline Owen and myself, take care. See you soon.